Waist up hoping one for heady of course. House block 3 already done my chores. Come for me, I'll correlate, draw me out, then Jojo back on tour. For sure.
This is the camera rig that I trust to shoot all of my content. Whether it's a YouTube video, documentary, or client work, this is my go-to setup. I'm gonna break this all down so that you know my exact rig, and then you can make a choice on how to build your rig. There are millions of ways to build your camera rig, but for me, this one gives me pro quality, speed, and portability. If you're wondering what you wanna invest in to build your rig, I think this is gonna help make sure that you don't go overboard and get too much stuff. Let's start with the main attraction, the camera body. I use the Sony a7S III. This is my A-cam, and honestly, it's a beast. Full frame, incredible in low light, and it's got 10-bit color. It never lets me down. And what some people would argue is the most important is the glass, and I use the Sony G Master 24-70 f2.8 II. This is my go-to lens. It's extremely sharp, fast aperture, and it's great for handheld and gimbal work. If I could only use one lens for the rest of my life, this would be the one. A lot of my video shoots are outdoors, so I highly recommend adding a variable ND filter to your rig. I use the Peter McKinnon one, but you can get a cheaper one off Amazon, and it's really helpful because as the clouds move across the sky and they block the sun and then the sun comes out, you can adjust the ND filter as you go so you don't have to change the settings of your camera. This is awesome because if you want a wide open aperture, you can still use that even if it's super sunny outside. I put this bad boy in a smaller rig cage so I can attach accessories and keep it protected. Now I might get some heat for this, but I use a top handle and a side grip. This makes handheld work way more stable. The reason I use both is 1, it has added stability, but 2, I shoot a lot of horizontal and vertical content at the same time, so it's really nice to have both attachments so that way I can switch between the two during the shoot. The weight distribution is a little bit tricky, but I think it's 100% worth it once you figure it out. I monitor everything on the Atomos Shinobi external monitor. This is super bright and super sharp and helps me make sure that the subject is in focus. Everybody knows that not only video is important, but audio, which is why I use the Rode Videomic NTG. It's clean, directional, and great for run and gun work. It also has its own rechargeable battery, which is super clutch. This whole setup gives me the ultimate flexibility. It gives me access to all parts of the camera, so if I need to swap batteries or change SD cards, I can do so all while in the cage. The setup is super light, which is a huge factor for me if I'm doing an all-day shoot, which is why I don't have more on my rig. I know that you can add an external battery on the back and you can add a bunch of other things to the rig, but then it gets more bulky and I find it super easy to just swap your batteries during the shoot anyway. I'm someone who prefers handheld shots way more than gimbal shots. And this rig helps you get really high quality handheld shots because it removes a lot of those micro jitters, but you still get that natural camera movement from doing it handheld. Anyway, let me know your favorite piece of gear on your rig, and if you're building out your rig, let me know if you have any more questions on what you might need. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I truly hope that this helps you build your camera rig. But that does it for this one, so I will catch you in the next video. Later.